we're going straight back to Parliament, where the Appointments Committee is vetting Dr. Anthony Akoto Osei. So you can see on your screens there that Dr. Akoto Osei is answering a few questions. So we'll just pick the feed shortly, then we'll come back to you.
Nathan Kwao model.
Mr. Chairman, in an earlier answer to a question, the nominee said that the energy sector problem is financial and not technical. What does it really mean by that?
Mr. Speaker, I think on the floor of the House over the last 4 years, you've heard me repeat that statement. You see, the capital requirements in that sector are so big that if you don't solve it properly, you'll be in trouble. One, right now the debt situation is huge. The recurrent expenditures are huge. And that's, in that sense, is financial. I mean, I know you when you were discussing with the Minister Dexter for Energy, there was an issue about what is the true debt position. I mean, even that in itself should tell you is a financial problem. What is the true debt position? How much is owed by government? Now, think about all the subsectors: TOR, BOST, VRA, GREDCO, GMPC. If you combine them and something goes wrong, the economy will collapse. It's in that sense that if we are not able to solve the financial situation, debt situation in particular, right now, there are about at least 8 banks whose position is as a result of the problems in the energy sector. If we are not careful, they can collapse. It's in that sense that I'm looking at it as financial.
Well, I will have had follow-ups, but let me just move on. Honorable, you served at one time as the board member of the Merchant Bank. Is that right?
If you were here, I related to the fact that as a consequence of being a deputy minister...
I knew that. I was just trying to get...
Oh, yes. SNIT, I chaired the SNIT Investment Board, and as a consequence, we were seconded to several boards. I went to the Merchant Bank Board.
Do you remember when the negotiation to sell off that bank, when it started?
During our time, we never had any negotiation. In fact, to be factual, there was a problem with the situation of a client, 2 clients. And the governor then, Paul Akwa, was going to close the bank. And we decided that rather than closing the bank, we'll get SNIT to recapitalize. So the issue of sale never occurred. The question was, do you collapse it or do you make it run? And then we thought that it was better to recapitalize and have a way for the clients to pay properly. So we did not discuss a sale.
And you don't remember that at the board you discussed anything regarding the RAND groups?
The RAND group, they've been around for a long time. But the major shareholder, there were 3. SNIT, SIC, and there's a third one. I can't remember. Yeah. Some people were discussing that. We, the board members, never went that route. And of course, at the end of the day, it's a board decision, not a management decision.
Well, Mr. Chairman, because of constraints, let me just move on. When the finance minister came here, there was this question about McKinsey Group trying to help, and they were even in town helping at no cost to even work on your 100 days. You've worked at the Ministry of Finance for long. Do you think that we don't have the technical expertise to be able to handle whatever there is at the Ministry of Finance, and we needed an external hands to help in anything?
I'm not aware of any McKinsey Group, but to the substantive question, when I worked there, I worked with very, very competent people.
Lastly, in the MPP manifesto, page 23, there was this talk about, page 17 to 23, There's a talk about reducing that. But let me just narrow you to corporate tax, energy sector levy. When should Ghanaians expect that this will come down and those that need to be abolished, as you stated, will be abolished? When?
I think the Minister of Finance has a mandate by the budget time to tell you when. But I can tell you some of the discussion has already occurred at the EMT. I cannot share all the details, but the general consensus is that the budget should reflect the timelines for these policy issues.
Now, in fact, I was asking because you earlier mentioned that you were a member of the economic management team.
Yeah, but I don't speak for them. I don't disclose our internal discussions. We have a chairman called Dr. Baumia.
Okay, Mr. Chairman, thank you very much.